Alderman Kude. Alderman McGorty.
Here.
Alderman Simonetti. Present. Alderman Simons. Present. Okay, do we have Corporation Counsel on the line?
Yes, you do, Mayor.
Assistant Corporation Counsel?
No, sir.
All right, the item number 1 is the reclassification from Planning and Zoning Department and Administrative Court position.
Move pursuant to recommendations of the mayor and the administrative assistant to approve the changes in the job description and upgrade for the following position in the administrative clerical unit, planning and zoning clerk to planning and zoning administrative aide. In accordance with the revised job description attached, this position will be upgraded from grade D to grade F. So
Second. Motion is made by Alderman Anglaise and seconded by Simonetti. With us, we have Administrative Assistant Jack Basher. Jack, you want to just come to the podium and give everyone a quick synopsis of each position and the changes and why?
Correct. Okay, so we've done this in the past for a couple of other departments. Planning and zoning clerk has a number of responsibilities to basically manage the office. So we've upgraded her job description to that higher than just a clerk position. So she will be in charge of doing a lot more things. We're getting more technologically advanced, and so this is a good time to change the job description, which we've done. As a result, we've upgraded it 2 grades. That's in compliance with what we've done with the building department and with engineering department clerks.
Yeah, I think there's 2 things for me that are important in this position, and I shouldn't have to tell anybody on this board how busy our Planning and Zoning Commission is and has been for the last 25 years. When you have 2 and 3 meetings a month, other municipalities on the state struggle to have 1. We've been consistently at that number for a good number of years. So you need people that have the automated skills to be able to deal with today's technology, especially in this pandemic environment that we're dealing with. Someone that can do multiple things with the automation in terms of servicing the public and dealing with commissioners and dealing with the staff here at City Hall. And that's part of what this upgrade is structured to be, along with some of the increased duties that Mr. Basher has mentioned.
this reminds me of going from the old days when you used carbon copy. Today, computers. That's when that job description was originally written.
And it was, and clearly it was time to change, and the person who was in it for a number of years before she retired, and was hired at a certain expectation that has really changed in the working world.
The need.
Okay, you want to give us the second? Are we going to vote on these separately or?
Yeah, you're going to vote separately.
Okay, so there's a motion on the floor, there's a second, is there any questions? Hearing none, all those in favor? Aye.
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 Are there any dissenters? Hearing none, the motion passes unanimously. Okay, item number 2 is the reclassification for workman's compensation and insurance claims coordinator, administrative aid position.
Move pursuant to the recommendation of the mayor and the assistant to approve the job description and upgrade for the following position in the administrative clerical unit. Workers' compensation and insurance claims coordinator, administrative aid, to workers' compensation and insurance claims coordinator, administrative aid, and property manager. In accordance with the revised job description attached, this position will be upgraded from grade F to grade J. So moved.
Second. Simonetti. Motion is made by Anglaise and seconded by Simonetti.
I have a question. Oh,
Jack, go ahead, just give us a little.
Sure. This is another position that we actually upgraded a few months ago, but we've kind of looked at it again and revisited it. This position is an extremely responsible position. One of the things that the insurance coordinator does is also do coverage for the Board of Education, in addition to all city employees. So taking that into consideration, and there's some other duties that have been assigned to this position, including taking care of all of the city's leases, we own property and we have tenants, and so this position will take care of monitoring those, dealing with collection of rents, and dealing with the lease aspects. So based on that, we've revalued the position and the work that this person is doing, and so we're trying to upgrade it from a grade F to a grade J.
In addition to those things that Mr. Bannister has explained, this person also works in the mayor's office, and forget about me, but it's in the office of the mayor. And she also subs in from time to time when someone is either out on sick leave, on vacation time, whatever the case may be, and she subs in for Cindy. So that's not really written in the job description, but that's actually what happens. So, and again, this person interacts with people throughout City Hall and a number of our employees on a number of different issues that are constantly in motion. Chris, you had a question?
Yeah, I see it on the job description, it's the correct phrase, it's workers' compensation, not workmen's.
Yep.
But I was just curious, and I didn't see it, does the person have ARM or ERM certification?
No.
On the job training.
And she does a great job.
I mean, I'm not ARM.
You don't understand how many claims we have that are processed on a regular basis.
Yes, I do.
She's inundated with work, believe me.
Yeah, no, I just want to make sure that was correct.
Yeah, she interacts with a variety of different professional people, attorneys, insurance companies, carriers. She participates in training events, in updates in legislation that occur, whether they're federal or state. And so, when I say on-the-job training, this is what it is.
Right.
Certification in a piece of paper is one thing, but having the actual experience on hand is a horse of a different color.
Plus, she monitors all of our OSHA requirements for all of our
She does
departments.
OSHA record
She absolutely
keeping.
does, and, we do our training through our Workman's Comp Trust group, and filing all of the OSHA paperwork is unbelievable how much we have to provide to them.
Yeah, I know.
Any questions? I don't know. Anybody on the line have any questions? There being none, then all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
Are there any dissenters? Hearing no negatives, the motion passes unanimously. Item number 3 is the merit system wage reviews.
Move to increase the total compensation for non-union merit system employees by an amount not to exceed $45,000. Is allocated pursuant to Section 5.6 of the Merit System and Personnel Rules retroactively to July 1, 2020. Further, move to amend the Merit System salary schedule for non-union employees by an increase of 2% to the minimum and maximum wage for all classes effective July 1, 2020. So moved.
Second. Simonetti.
Motion is made by Angles and seconded by Simonetti. Discussion. Some of you may recall that this is something that we do every year, required under the merit system for the pay increases for our merit system employees. Anybody have any questions? Hearing no questions, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
Are there any dissenters? Hearing no dissenters, the motion passes unanimously. Item number 4 is appointments to the Water Pollution Control Authority.
Move to appoint the following to the Water Pollution Control Authority effective immediately. Bill Gannon, unaffiliated. I think his first name is William. 21 Shelby Drive, Shelby. Eugene, Emily, E-M-I-N-I, Democrat, 8 Monroe Road, Shelton. So moved.
Motion is made by Anglais and seconded by Del Macy. Discussion.
Yes, Mr. Mayor, I'd like to note for the record that they both will fill the unexpired term until December 13th, 2021.
Any other discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
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 Are there any dissenters? Hearing none, I'll assume that the motion passes unanimously. This takes us to our last item, number 5, is the waiver of bid for a used vehicle for engineering department.
Move per the recommendation of the Finance Director to waive bids for the purchase of a used Ford Explorer Sport for the engineering department in an amount not to exceed $35,000, with funding to come from automatic bonding pursuant to section 7.16 of the city charter. So moved.
Second. Motion is made by Anglais and seconded by Simons. Discussion. It should be noted here that the motion calls for a used Ford Explorer Sport. I wouldn't want it to be specific to a specific vehicle because, you know, the purpose of buying used vehicles is to test the marketplace of the availability of different types of vehicles. And so if we got something that was better, more affordable or less expensive, then we need to have the flexibility to do that. Again, this is not unusual to waive bids on used vehicles, and I explain every time that we do this that it's just impossible to bid used vehicles because used car places or even new dealers that have used vehicles are not going to hold them any length of time if they've got someone with check in hand. And so it's kind of like first come, first served basis. And kind of, quite honestly, it takes the pressure off of us, too, that we have to react immediately or we're going to lose something. Are there any questions? Hearing none, all those in favor? Aye.
Aye. Aye.
Are there any dissenters? Hearing none, I'll assume that the motion passes unanimously. Okay, that concludes the items for action on our agenda. I'll entertain a motion for adjournment.
So moved.
Second. Motion is made by Anglais, seconded by Simonetti. All those in favor? Aye.
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 It appears that the ayes have it. Motion passes. Have a good night, everyone.
Good night.
Take care.